Get free tech advice for your business from O2 Gurus. Search O2 Business for more. Hey guys, welcome to BTech. It's Basil here, and this is the Sony Xperia Z5 Premium. Premium by name, premium by nature. 4K display, 5.5 inches, same size as the iPhone 6 Plus, but a whopping great big 808 pixels per inch. That's astounding, that's crazy, that's awesome. Is it? Can you really tell the difference? Well, I'm not sure I can just yet, but let me use this thing a little bit more before I pass any conclusive judgments. This video is all about what you can expect from this. It is not a review. What you can expect is that 5.5 inch display. In addition to that, above it is a 5 megapixel camera, front firing speakers, one down below, one up top, and on the right hand side you have a power button. Awesome power button, doubles up as a fingerprint scanner. You can also see volume rocker and a two-stage camera button as well. Really nice two-stage camera button. It's got some really nice feedback to it. It's not too spongy. Down at the base is a micro USB connector exposed, not a micro USB-C, and you've also got a lanyard connector, while the left-hand side, Xperia engraved right in there, metal frame, and you've got a nano SIM card slot and a micro SD card slot under a flap, expandable by 200 gigabytes no less. 3.5mm headphone jack, and around the back 23 megapixel camera and an LED flash. You can also see an NFC contact point, high gloss back. Not quite as fingerprint loving as the Samsung Galaxy S6, but still more so than the standard Xperia Z5, which has a frosted backing. Ultimately, this feels pretty decent in the hand. We've got an iPhone 6 Plus we can bring into frame for a size comparison, bearing in mind I do have a case on here. So the iPhone 6 Plus is a bigger device with the case, but fairly similar size. The thing that really does stand out about this thing though, obviously, is going to be that screen resolution. It's a triluminous panel. Sony says that what they've got with their X Reality engine is a really tangible difference between 4K and full HD or lower resolutions. What you can also expect from it is a thinner screen, so you actually have more space for the battery under the hood, which I'll come on to a little bit later. If we take a look around the actual UI, we can see it's Android on the inside, Android 5.1.1. It's got a revised applications tray for Sony, so you have no menu to the left-hand side. Jumping out of that, you've still got your pull-down notification bar, and it's two-tier notifications, and you've also obviously got your standard Sony fare of long press to access your themes, wallpapers, apps, and widgets, and you can pinch out to get an overview of your home screens and add and remove new ones. Ultimately, therefore, impressed. There's no getting around that. As far as the design goes, they've simplified the UI, they've upped the quality. This is the first phablet we've seen from Sony in the premium end since the Xperia Z Ultra, which was one of my favorite phones of all time. Taking a look at the multimedia highlights, you can see obviously those front-firing speakers, 23 megapixel camera around the back, and that can fire up and focus in as little as 0.03 seconds. So fire up, and I can focus and take a picture very quickly. So I can just point it anywhere and take a super quick picture. What's also impressive about this, first off, let's take a look at that picture. So it's a new sensor, haven't seen this anywhere else, and let it uncrisp up everything, and you can see that looks really nice. And yeah, considering my hand was shaking, I'm quite impressed. There's no optical image stabilization, it is digital image stabilization at play. What Sony's also done is introduce a new zoom technology. So 5 times digital zoom, but it's going to look like it is an optical zoom. So I can tap that, you can see it kind of looked like it was out of focus when it came to take the picture, but it definitely was in focus, and it looks like it's done a fair job considering I was digital zooming. There's a few other things going on here. Sony's new sensor, Sony's new software means that the whole 4K experience has been optimized. 4K not just recording, but you can also enjoy native 4K content on here. Mid 4K watching, you can capture 4K stills from your 4K footage. I also have the Sony Xperia Z5, and I recorded 10 minutes of 4K, and it didn't overheat, which is hugely impressive, better than any other smartphone on the market. And I'd expect at least that kind of level of 4K recording to make its way onto this bad boy. As far as additional specs go, there's a Snapdragon 810 processor under the hood. Snapdragon 810 paired with 3 gig of RAM. You've got a really hefty battery as well, 3430 milliamps. It is running Android Lollipop, but Sony said that it should likely get Android M soon enough. They weren't able to share any details around that. All your standard connectivity on here as well. LTE, like I said, 3G, 4G, Wi-Fi, GPS, gyroscope, though there is no infrared blaster, and there is no wireless charging, but you do have that waterproofing, and Sony's also upped the level of touch sensitivity with the screen when paired with that waterproofing. So I'm impressed. I can't stress it enough. If for nothing else, Sony's pushed the boat out. Sony's been a real victim of resting on their laurels and releasing similar samey hardware over and over. And sure, this looks like a Sony phone. It carries that omni-balanced design forward. But one thing that it definitely doesn't do is rest on its tech spec laurels. It pushes the envelope with that 4K resolution, if nothing else. And of course, that camera. Though the camera is on the Z5 and Z5 Compact. Hopefully you did enjoy the review. Hopefully you're liking what BTEC's doing here at IFA. If you are, make sure you subscribe. Click that thumbs up button and fire any questions you have in the comments section below. Micro SD and a micro SIM slot. So this is going to be expandable by 200 gigabytes, which is mightily impressive. 32 gig onboard memory. 3.5mm headphone jack. This is going to also be compatible with a set of headphones that Sony's going to be releasing, which allows for both digital noise cancellation and high resolution audio, all at the same time. Around the back, it's a new camera sensor, 23 megapixels. What's really awesome about this is that it combines a new focus system with a range of other things to make it a